Yeah, but he can always,
So hey,
so he can always come connect with the Mississippi station.
yes. So normally, what happens is at 6 a.m., your show pops up on that computer. It
Okay,
just starts playing.
okay,
We don't have to. He doesn't have to manually start. Every once, maybe once every couple of weeks, that something will screw up. He has to go over there and manually start it. But most of the time, it just pops up at 6 a.m. and starts playing and
okay,
on its own. So tomorrow he's going to have to get up and see if he can manually play it off of your link. If he can't manually play it, then he is going to have to. He's going to have to pull it up, probably pull up the Mississippi station and play it that way.
okay.
I don't think. I don't think this is something we're not going to be able to fix. It's just going to take us a couple of days to get everything back to normal. So if he can't get it to play, it's not going to, tomorrow it's not going to pop up on its own. So he's going to have to manually start it. And if it doesn't play on the normal link, then we're going to have to play it off the Mississippi station. But by Monday, we ought to have everything, fixed.
Okay. Okay.
But
All right. Well,
if he,
if he needs to call me, I'll be up too late anyway.
okay, I'll talk to him, and he's pulled up the Mississippi station before, so I'm pretty sure. Now I haven't ever seen it, so that's a website. Is that right?
Uh, well, I guess
It
he's
seems
pulling
like
up.
it seems
He's
like he's playing that off of a website, like the radio station website.
okay.
Because for whatever reason, when you go to the website, like we can go to Jesse Peterson's website and we could play it off the website, and it
Okay.
wouldn't play off of the link.
Okay.
So I think if he goes to that Mississippi State's website, he'll probably play off of that. And hopefully, we may have to reinstall all the links that we had, the Winamp links.
Uh huh.
We may have to, the IT guy said we ought to uninstall Winamp, then reinstall it, and then put all the URLs, in it again,
Okay.
reinstall it, and um, and see if that doesn't work. So it's just everything, all of our internet, all of our phones, everything in the last 2 days is completely different now.
Okay.
And when you change anything with strings or if you change anything, it affects it.
Everything.
And we changed that neighborhood doesn't have fiber optics
Okay.
because they told me, well, all we have to do is we'll just have your phone service through fiber optics. It'll be easy, you won't have to do anything. We'll just switch it over to fiber optics. And I said, look, I don't think we have fiber optics in this neighborhood. And then they looked into it, but we didn't have it. So then they said, well, we'll get the phone system working with AT&T Uverse. So we had to pay somebody to come out there. They got all hooked up. We got to use the same phone lines because AT&T Uverse and AT&T own those phone numbers.
Okay.
So anyway, they got it to work. It worked fine. All three lines worked. And then a month and a half after we got the phone system hooked up, I get an email saying that AT&T Uverse would no longer exist after January. Because I never knew this, but AT&T Uverse is DSL. I never knew that.
Okay.
So they're not going to have DSL anymore, and they're not going to have analog copper lines like we used to have anymore.
Mm.
And the only reason our phone system works is that our phone system is from the early 2000s.
Okay.
and it's analog that our phone system worked for with that internet phone system is because it's. Have you ever heard of VoIP? VoIP.
Yeah.
That so it just so happens that our early 2000 radio phone system was VoIP, and VoIP will work with internet phone systems.
Okay.
But
Okay.
if it would have been what most people used in the early 2000s, most radio stations, they were completely analog. And internet phone wouldn't work with it because, our phone system, it's got a brain, that's a rack,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a telos system. Then the telephone has a IP address, and then that little brain that's in the rack, it has the same IP address as the phone, and then they're connected by an Ethernet. It's complicated, so we weren't even sure today whether the Comcast was going to even work with it, and if it wouldn't have worked, I don't know what we would have done. But we were paying AT&T when we had the copper lines. They had jacked our bill up to $1,800 a month because they wanted us to quit because they don't want to mess with them anymore. So we finally had to because $1,800's just more than we can afford, and so the AT&T U-verse, we were only paying $180 a month for those 3 phone lines with AT&T U-verse. And now our new Comcast is going to be $600. So that's a lot. He's going to have to get up and go over there, and he's going to have to manually pull it up off the Mississippi station. It seems like I had to pull it. Now, I don't remember exactly that much about it, but I think one time I had to pull it up, and it was the website of that radio station. So if it is a website, I think it'll play.
Okay.
The only thing that doesn't seem to be working correctly is is if we have an IP address and it's on Winamp.
Okay. Okay.
So it's something with Winamp, and we use Winamp because it's more reliable. The Winamp that the IT guy hooked up on all of our computers, it's kind of like a souped up version of Winamp, and when you get it going, it works flawlessly. I mean, it'll run for a year without having any issues. Now, like, Windows Media Player, you've probably used that, that's not very reliable.
Okay. Well,
So,
I'll check it. I'll check it in the morning.
I would say by Monday, everything ought to be back to normal.
Okay.
So, when the phone guy came out today, he came out late in the afternoon yesterday, and then he came back today and kind of finished everything up, and he came at 10 o'clock in the morning, so he came right when John Lawson was on the air, and so there were people in the studio the entire time he was working.
Okay.
If I would have known he was going to work, all day today, I would have told John Lawson and Pastor Guy not to come.
Okay.
Because they got in the way.
Okay.
He had to tiptoe around in there. Nobody could talk. It would have been much better if Pastor Guy and John hadn't done their shows today, and that way we could have all gotten there and worked and not had. It's hard to get anything done when you're in the room with somebody that's got their mic open.
Yeah, especially if you're trying to do talk radio.
Right, so next time, if this ever happens, we're just going to tell these live shows, because we got to, you can't, it's hard to get anything done when there's a bunch of people, in your way. We've been having Have you been reading about all the train robberies?
Yeah.
Well, they're robbing the train on our property.
On y'all property.
And, yep, they back their van or their pickup truck. They back up. They back up in our driveway, and they back the truck up to the railroad track, and they are literally robbing the train every single day.
Every
And
day?
they also pull in front of Shane's house.
Okay.
And they back up right next to, because Shane lives right next to the train track, and our property is right next to the train. And then it also comes about 9 o'clock at night and it stops. And, the reason it's stopping, if you go around under the viaduct, in Chelsea.
Right.
There's like 15 railroad tracks that cross Chelsea over there. And that's where they unload all the trains. So they stop right there to unload those trains. So every night when that train stops, these train thieves, they just back up. They back up on our property, pull right up next to the train tracks, and they just unload the whole boxcar stuff. And so there was just one group of guys, young, like teenagers, that were doing it. And now there's 3 or 4, this is like organized crime. So there's 3 or 4 groups that do it now. So the first load that they got about 3 months ago, they stole a boxcar full of stuff that was going to Ross, the store Ross.
Uh-huh.
Tennis shoes, track suits, blue jeans, tennis shoes, socks, everything you can imagine. And they unloaded that entire boxcar, and then the paper had said it was $70,000 worth of merchandise that was going to Ross. I don't know what Ross, which one, but they got every bit of that. Then they stole. Now I think they're getting fed information from somebody from the railroad.
Uh-huh.
The best boxcar that they got is they got a boxcar full of, packed to the gills of Nike tennis shoes. Men's 10.5 and 11 Nike tennis shoes. They were all exactly the same color, exactly the same. They were all 10.5. There must have been 4,000 pairs of shoes that they stole.
And they got all of them?
They got all of them. And then I guess about 3 weeks, they've been robbing the train. So every day when we get up to the station, there's a pile of empty boxes on the middle of my property. Where they've just taken the merchandise out of the big boxes and just left the boxes strung everywhere.
Yeah.
So about 3 weeks ago, they robbed 3 different groups. There's a Hispanic group, and then there's 2. I think they're all gang members, the black gangs and the Hispanic. About 3 weeks ago, they all pulled guns on each other because the train was full of 18-inch low-profile tires.
Okay.
There were like 1,000 tires in that boxcar, and they stole every one of them. I don't know. Shane said he looked up they left 3 or 4 tires laying around on the property, brand new low-profile 18-inch tires. And Shane said they were $275 tires, and they got at least 300 of them.
What kind of trucks are they coming in?
Like pickup trucks, vans, like the tennis shoes. Get this. So the Nike tennis shoe was the first, like, big train robbery. That was the first time they really, hit a big load and it valuable. But the first train where they got all the tennis shoes, there were tennis shoes all over the neighborhood because, they weren't organized. Anything they dropped, run into the van, they just left it on the ground. So there were tennis shoes all over the neighborhood in boxes. And then So half the people in the neighborhood were wearing those tennis shoes after they robbed that.
Well,
They must have left 200 pairs just laying around in the street. And then they stole a trainload of, you know what Carhartt clothes are?
Yeah.
Carhartt's like work clothes. But they had a load of Carhartt pants, shirts, and coats, brand new. And they unloaded a boxcar full of those. And when I got to work that day, there were 3 boxes. There was 4 or 5 Carhartt shirts, new in the plastic, just laying on the parking lot.
Oh, David, look, I gotta get ready to go on and do my evening show.
But I'm gonna tell you, man, the FBI came out there, the railroad police came out there. All they have to do is sit up there and wait for them because they show up every night. What it is, they don't give a shit that they're robbing the train. They don't care. The police know they're doing it. They know. So I think it's because all of that stuff is insured.
Yeah.
None of them. All they got to do is just sit up there and wait for them one night. But you know, it's just obvious that they don't give a crap, and they're just letting them get away with it.
All right.
Catch one here and there, but I mean that's insane to just allow that to happen night after night and not do anything about it. You know.
All right, David, I gotta get ready to go now.
Well, we'll see what happens in the morning.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Mm-hmm. move, Zena. Move. Can I get up? Zena, move. Phew. What's going on, man? Look, where did they find that body at? She wasn't behind a building. She wasn't. But she was found under the overpass. Huh. High Point and Summer and Sam Cooper. Okay. Okay. That's what I need. So that founding that they found her behind a pawn shop and all that. That okay. 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 All right, man. Okay. Okay. I appreciate it, man. All right. All right.
I am Tommy Shaw with Shaw House Buyers. I want to buy your Memphis area house in as-is condition today. I buy houses, duplexes, apartments, commercial buildings, and land. I pay cash and pay all of your closing costs. Call Tommy Shaw now at 901-380-1000 or visit me online at shawhousebuyers.com. The best time to do something that you know you have to do is right now.
Memphis and the surrounding areas, Regroup Upscale Thrift Boutique has opened in the heart of Frazier. We carry many name brands ranging from various sizes and styles, with new arrivals of clothing, accessories, gift items, and more, with pricing starting as low as $3. All the proceeds help empower the Husband Institute Boys Mentoring Program. So come and shop at Regroup Upscale Thrift Boutique, located at 3754 North Watkins. Great prices, great people, great products.
Hello, I'm Tanya Jones, developer and still full owner of On Demand Pain Relief Rub. It's exciting and humbling to see how On Demand is growing and evolving while still being the same product you trust, purchased, and love. The pain rub is 100% still the same, 100% drug-free, 100% all natural, and I am 100% still involved. I created On Demand Pain Relief Rub after I began suffering with my own chronic pain. And yes, the results have been amazing. You may see the new branding, the new look, and the new website, all coming from me, the same person that has a heart to help others deal with their chronic pain. Go ahead, place your order, or stop by any of the locations to pick up yours. I thank you so much for your support and trust. I am Tanya Jones, 100% owner of On Demand Pain Relief Rub.
You've heard that God will prepare a table for you in the presence of your enemies. Well, God has done it for Crystal Blair. Crystal was working across the street for a mattress company. They let her go, and God allowed her to take her savings and open up a furniture store right across the street. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing 901 Discount Mattresses, 7166 Winchester at Germantown Road, 106. Queen size mattresses, $199 up. King size mattresses, $299 and up. Brand new mattresses, brand names. No credit is necessary. You need a mattress? Go see my girl Crystal at 901 Discount Mattresses, 7166 Winchester at Germantown Road. Give her a call at 901-218-7118. That's 901-218-7118. And lay down in comfort tonight. So many of our young men and women are being killed on the streets of Memphis, and loved ones are left begging for a way to either bury or cremate them, because while they have insured their cars and their phones, they have failed to insure themselves. Well, there is no excuse. Call Joe with Lincoln Heritage Funeral Advantage. Joe can get your loved one insured for $30,000 for as little as $15 per month. Or either if your loved one is a male between the ages of 18 or 25, he can be insured for $30 per month with a $160,000 accidental rider for only $30. Females, $25. Lincoln Heritage is affordable and has fixed rates, lifetime coverage, no examinations, no waiting period on most cases, coverage for all ages up to 100 years of age, fast claim payments 24 to 36 hours. Also, Joe has a senior hardship plan, even for fixed income families. Call Joe right now. Make sure you put this number down. Joe with Lincoln Heritage, 901-864-0090. That's area code 901-864-0090. Call Joe. If you want to hear the best in blues and southern soul, I invite you to join me daily from 6 a.m. until 10 Central Standard Time on 4 radio stations in Mississippi. WXTN 1000 AM, WONG 105.5 FM, WONG 1150 AM, all simulcast from WAGR 102.5 in Lexington, Mississippi. But what you didn't know is that you can also hear me on the radio in Memphis on AM 1600 WMQM from 6 until 9, Monday through Friday. Out of earshot of any of these radio stations, download the TuneIn app and listen to the entire show from 6 until 9. Just tune in to WAGR 102.5. Become a morning fan. Tune in to the Cussing Pastor Blues Network, broadcasting live Monday through Friday.
If you wanna know, watch Daddy S. If you wanna grow, ask Daddy S. He will let you know, yeah, yeah. Watch Daddy S. It's the Daddy S. Matthew Show. He's not afraid to tell the truth. He is the one that will inform you about all those jokers that are doing wrong. You cross the line and then it's on. Sometimes the other news don't get it right. They don't get it right. But Daddy does his homework every night. What's local news, world news, national news? He's gonna keep it tight. For the people he will fight.
And just when you thought it was safe, it is absolutely not. Nah, not tonight. Good evening, and welcome again to the most controversial show, podcast, or internet show, whatever you want to call it. Thank you for being here with me on this evening. I think I got an interesting show. No politics, not really. On tonight, I'm really tired of political shows and talking about what's going on in Memphis, because I don't think much is about to change. And I saw the mayor on his. But I do want to deal with some things. It's a Thursday night. I didn't do the midday show today. I'll probably do it tomorrow. I didn't do it yesterday, but I think I'll do it in the morning with the manager of WMQM Radio, my Memphis radio station, because of technical difficulties and changing out telephone lines and ATU verse or whatever it is going out of business. They were changing some things. But in talking to Dave Brown, who is the manager of the station, the radio station is located in North Memphis, in Nutbush. In fact, it is backed up, the property is backed up to the railroad. And he was sharing with me how probably about 3 or 4 gangs in that area have became train robbers. I mean, they pull everything out of boxcars. And it seems that the police is not doing anything. The railroad police is not doing anything. The FBI is not doing anything. They just let niggas steal. And Mexicans just steal. He was telling me about the train stops every day about 12 o'clock and sit there for about 2 or 3 hours. And folk pull up with vans and pickup trucks and just start to rob in the train. And it looks like an old Western. But that is what is going on. But let me get into what I want to deal with tonight. There is a lot of misinformation out in the streets concerning the death of Thomas Davis. Okay, a lot of misinformation. Some of these want to be activists. Want to be talk show hosts. Are spreading misinformation. I've been doing what I do 46 years. In December of this year will be 47 years. How have I lasted so long? By getting the facts, getting the information, beating us with people that they know they've seen on TV. Okay? What we've seen on TV, they want to get notoriety for being nothing. They show up at cameras, at press conference, and slide themselves into frames so that when the news comes on, you can see them. Now those are what you call clout chasers. Then I get those clout chasers that can't stand the truth. You know, I was listening to Katt that anything that you do is a copy of what I. Can y'all hear me? Because I got some shit I need to say. Angela, can you not hear me? It's breaking up a little bit. It's buffering. See, I can't see the buffering on my end. Um, uh, Audio going in and out with long buffering periods. Yeah. Okay. You know, Quita, I trust when you tell me something. Let me see if I can. Let me see if